Hello, I'm making this video just as a really quick intro to what it looks like to be a ninja at level 45 in Final Fantasy Run Reborn. So this is primarily for my friends because I want to show them some of the cool abilities that I've just unlocked, but hopefully it'll help someone else understand the madness that comes out after level 45, because the abilities do really open up. One of the things that yeah, actually let's just get into it. So here's the abilities that I've got on my PS4 hotbar. So the only ones that really matter for the purpose of this is the Ten-Chi-Jin and the ninjutsu button there. On top of that you have all these things over here which are basically rotation sort of related. So rotation normally goes sort of spinning edge, goes slash, shadow fang to apply a debuff on the enemy, which increases slashing damage, and while that's on then you go spinning edge, go slash Aeolian edge as many times as you can before you have to do the shadow fang again. And you fit in a jugulate and a mug every so often, and then assassinate when the HP, when the enemy is below 20%, and Death Blossom just for fun and giggles because it doesn't really do too much damage, but it's an AoE. But anyway, so the ninja rotation has been fairly sort of standard till now. I've had Ten-Chi unlocked at level 40, and again it was fairly sort of easy because I'll show you what that did. What this means is, just using Ten-Chi, if I use a single action ninjutsu, what I mean by that is you'll see there are three actions. There's Ten, there's Chi, there's Jin. So that if I use all of them, that would be a 3-action ninjutsu. Well, is what I'm calling it anyway. But different moves or different abilities are triggered if you do a single action, a double action, or a triple action, and also depending on which of those ninjutsus you use last. So it doesn't matter what you use first or second, it's last that determines the ability that comes out. So just to show what that looks like, if I just use a single ninjutsu, so I'm literally just going to click either Ten or Chi or Jin, and then press ninjutsu to activate it. It will do the same move for all of them. This is the only exception to the rule. So let's do 10 and then ninjutsu. There we go, we get a shuriken. So we get the same thing if we do any of the moves. So what happens is, even if I did Chi or Jin and did ninjutsu, I would have got the same effect, Fuma Shuriken. So now, this is the next bit. So I've had Ten and Chi for 5 levels now. So if I do 10 followed by Chi, you'll notice the ninjutsu icon's changed to right on. There, you get lightning. So again, do that. Yeah, so what happened there is I used Chi second. So regardless of whether I pressed 10 and then Chi or Jin and then Chi, I would have got the lightning right on ninjutsu there. So what happens if I go the other way around? So if I use 10 last, so if I use Chi and then 10, well, watch the ninjutsu icon here. You get an AoE fire. So that's what I've had to deal with so far for the last 5 levels. It's not been a big deal. It's been fine, really. You either have a single target right on by hitting Chi second, or you have a AoE Katon by using 10 second. So now, the thing is, this is where it gets really tricky, because I literally just unlocked Jin, which is the 3rd ability here, and just the laws of maths, sort of permutations and combinations and things. So if you think about this, it's like I've got an additional 3 or 4 actions there. I don't know, we'll find out. So it's all listed under the roles and actions here. So whereas previously I just had Fuma Shuriken, Katon and Raiton, now I've also got, I've got 4 more. So to trigger these, it gets really complicated when looking at it that way. So I find the best way to really understand this is using the tier system that I've explained. So if you're using a single action, a single ninjutsu, you will always get Fuma Shuriken. If you use 2 ninjutsu, you will either get, if you hit 10 last, you will get the fire AoE. If you use Chi last, you will get the lightning single target. Now if you use Jin last, you will get an ice single target. So that's all the 2-tier moves there, and I'll demonstrate the Jin version now. So all I'm going to do, I'm literally just going to press any ninjutsu first, and then Jin, and then ninjutsu. There, ice. So that's what I call the 2-action ninjutsus. Okay, cool. Why is the music still in battle? Okay. So now onto the more complicated 3-action ones. So the best way I find of remembering this is literally just by thinking about the number of actions I'm doing and which one I'm pressing last. It takes a lot of the complexity out of it. So finally now, if I use 3 ninjutsus and I press 10 last, this should give me, which one is it? So not that one, 10. So you'll notice there the last mudra in the bottom left corner is 10, so that will give Futon, which will give me a fancy ability here. So let's try this. 10. There we go. So the way I understand this, that timer there needs to be up all the time as a ninja, and what it does is it reduces the cooldown time for all your other abilities. So you can literally just spam the hell out of them, and it looks like you're just doing a lot of crazy stuff. So I'll show you. It's still up at the moment. So look how fast I'm able to cast this. So you can make quick work of enemies that previously you'd have to sort of wait for the cooldowns to appear. So that's really useful, and it kind of always needs to be up. And it can be done outside of battle, preemptively if you will. So that's 10 explained. So now we're on to Chi. So if I do Chi last, this one is a battle action, I think. Actually no, it's not. I don't have to be in battle to do this. So Jin, 10, and then I'll hit Chi. You get a sort of coruscation effect. All the land around you starts to sort of emit this AoE damage for a certain amount of time, 15, 14, 13, 12, so it's probably 20 seconds. So that'll be useful depending on how much damage it does, I'm not sure. This isn't supposed to be sort of like an expert guide or anything like that. I'm literally level 45, I've just unlocked this ability and I'm looking at all the potential ways I can use it. And the easiest way of remembering all these combinations, of course, because that gets crazy. Or it can be crazy if you're not, if you don't have a way of remembering it. And this is my way. So finally, if I hit Jin last, so I'm going to do Ten-Chi-Jin just for the sake of, you know, the order that it comes in. Suton. So what that does, you'll notice, you see next to my ninjutsu button, there's another ability to the right. Shock attack, 200 damage. So let me get away and I'll explain what just happened. So normally trick attack is hidden, or well, not active, is disabled, and the only way to activate it is by doing, where is it? This. Being invisible. And that doesn't work in dungeons or against bosses. You'll get found out and you get beat up. So I found that out the hard way. So the only way to trigger trick attack, you'll notice it is available, but it's on cooldown at the minute. But while I'm hidden, that's available. The only way to use that ability during a fight is by doing Ten-Chi-Jin, and then the ability that I just did a minute ago. So let me unhide. There. So you'll notice again it's grayed out. So I think this is going to have to be incorporated into the rotation quite. It's going to be quite an important one. So I mean, my first thing is going to have to be I'm going to have to just sort of do that to get that gauge there. Let's do some action. Just for fun, let me take on this guy though. Okay, now let's go suit up. Trick attack. 117, and then finally assassin. How epic is that? And that's only level 45, so I've got a ways to go yet. But I just wanted to show how cool things get at this level, because just before this I only had access to 2 mudras and 2 sort of ninjutsu abilities really, and now it's opened up to what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, I think it was 7 or something. So that's pretty cool. What is it, 1, 2, oh sorry, I had 3 before, so now it's opened up to 7. But yeah, time will tell how to use which in which situation for me. There are guides out there, there are much more knowledgeable people on the subject online, and hopefully I'll be learning from them as well, as will you, if you decide to play Ninja. But there it is. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.